He was just another stray nobody wanted. No home, no name, no one looking for him. Just a hungry orange tabby wandering through empty streets, learning far too young what it meant to survive completely alone. Nobody stopped for him. People walked past every single day, glancing down for half a second before continuing on with their lives, as if a stray cat searching for scraps behind a dumpster was simply part of the scenery, something to be ignored rather than helped. He had grown used to that. He had grown used to being invisible. His fur was matted in places. His ribs showed faintly beneath his coat. He had learned to flinch at sudden movement, to duck behind trash cans when cars slowed down, to disappear into shadows whenever footsteps came too close. Trust was not something that came naturally to him anymore. It had been trained out of him by a world that offered very little of it in return. Then, on an ordinary afternoon that would later feel anything but ordinary, everything changed. A man was walking home from work, the kind of average day that blurs into every other day, when he noticed something small and orange crouched beneath a parked car. At first, he assumed it was nothing, a shadow, a trick of the light. But then it moved. Two wide, wary eyes blinked back at him from the darkness beneath the vehicle, and something in his chest tightened in a way he didn't expect. He didn't walk past, not this time. He crouched down slowly, lowering himself to the pavement despite the ache in his knees, and he waited. He didn't reach out immediately. He didn't chase or grab or try to force the moment. He simply stayed there, quiet and still, letting the silence stretch between them the way it needed to. The cat didn't run. Instead, after a long, uncertain pause, the small orange tabby crept forward, inch by cautious inch, sniffing the air, studying the stranger's face as if searching for some sign of the danger he had come to expect from every human he'd ever encountered. He found none. Just patience, just stillness, just a hand held gently open, palm up, asking for nothing. The cat pressed his face against that open hand. It wasn't much, just a small gesture, over in seconds, but to the man kneeling there on the sidewalk, it felt like something enormous had just happened, like a door he hadn't known existed had quietly creaked open. He would later say that in that single moment, he understood, somehow, that his life was about to change in ways he couldn't yet explain. He scooped the cat up gently, wrapping him in his jacket, and carried him home. That night set into motion a transformation that neither of them could have predicted. The man gave him food, clean water, a warm blanket, a name. He took him to the vet, where the cat was found to be malnourished but otherwise healthy, resilient in the quiet, stubborn way that strays so often are. Slowly, over the following days and weeks, something in the cat began to soften. But what happened next surprised absolutely everyone who witnessed it. The cat wouldn't let go. Not literally, of course, though at times it certainly felt that way. From the very first week, he began following the man from room to room, refusing to let more than a few feet separate them at any given moment. He waited by the door each evening before the man even arrived home from work, some quiet internal clock somehow already tuned to his schedule. And whenever the man sat down, anywhere, on the couch, at the kitchen table, on the edge of the bed, the cat would climb into his arms and simply stay there. He nuzzled into the crook of his neck. He pressed his entire body against his chest, purring so loudly and so steadily that the vibration could be felt through fabric, through skin, through bone. It wasn't ordinary affection. Anyone who saw it described it as something deeper, something closer to gratitude, or perhaps both at once, a quiet, wordless bond.
Way of saying thank you for choosing me over and over again, every single day, as though the memory of being unwanted had never fully faded, and the fear of losing this new life lingered somewhere just beneath the surface. Friends who came to visit were stunned by what they saw. They had met plenty of affectionate cats before, cats who liked to be petted, cats who curled up nearby for warmth. But this was different. This cat didn't just tolerate closeness, he sought it out relentlessly, climbing into laps uninvited, draping himself across shoulders, refusing to be put down until he was good and ready. One friend joked that the cat behaved less like a pet and more like a small, devoted shadow, always present, always close, always watching. The man began sharing photos online, small glimpses of daily life with his new companion, thinking little of it, but something about the images resonated deeply with people. Maybe it was the raw, unfiltered trust in the cat's expression. Maybe it was the way he clung so openly, so unashamedly to another living being after everything he had likely endured alone on the streets. Whatever it was, thousands of people found themselves moved by a story that, on the surface, seemed so small. A man, a stray cat, and an ordinary act of kindness that turned into something extraordinary. Not everyone believed animals could feel gratitude the way people do. Some argued it was simple conditioning, nothing more mysterious than instinct doing what instinct does. Others disagreed entirely, insisting that anyone who had witnessed a rescued animal's behavior firsthand knew there was something deeper happening, something that looked remarkably like love. The debate mattered little to the man himself. He simply knew what he felt every night when a small orange cat curled into his arms and refused to leave. This is the story of a stray who learned, slowly and painfully, what safety could feel like, and of a man who never expected to fall this hard for a cat with nowhere else in the world to go. It is a story about the quiet, patient work of earning trust that has been broken, about showing up consistently until fear finally loosens its grip, and about how the smallest act of kindness, stopping instead of walking past, can end up reshaping two lives at once. It is also, in its own way, a reminder that the animals most often overlooked, the older ones, the scruffy ones, the ones without a collar or a home or anyone searching for them, are frequently the ones capable of the deepest devotion once given the chance. Shelters and streets alike are full of cats just like this one, waiting quietly for someone willing to crouch down, hold out a hand, and simply wait. On this channel, we share real stories of rescued cats finding their forever homes, the small, quiet, everyday moments that remind us why every animal deserves a second chance, and why love, once given frailly and patiently, is rarely, if ever, forgotten. We believe these stories matter, not because they are extraordinary in some dramatic, cinematic sense, but because they are true, and because they happen more often than most people realize, one overlooked animal and one open hand at a time. The man says he doesn't think of himself as a hero, and he brushes off any suggestion that he did something remarkable. To him, it was simply a matter of noticing, of pausing for a few extra seconds on an ordinary walk home, of choosing not to look away. He often says the real credit belongs to the cat for having the courage to trust again after everything the world had already taken from him. If this story touched you even a little, you are not alone, and we would love to have you along for more. Subscribe for more heartwarming animal rescue stories every single week, and feel free to share this one with someone who might need a reminder that kindness, however small it seems in the moment, can change everything.